Hey, superhero. I'm Sam Shelley, the Miracle Man. So, welcome to Superhero Sunday. We're going to be talking about healing pain today. So, we're really going to have just a simple talk, maybe a short talk on healing pain. Then, the highlight of today is just really doing a healing session for everyone that's watching or watching on replay. So, I have no idea what's going to happen. So, if you're here, say welcome. Hopefully, this will work okay. I started this once and it just abruptly it just stopped on me. So hopefully this will continue. I'm seeing some people join now, so say hello and we'll get started. So I am Sam the Miracle Man, based on my true story of healing bipolar and multiple sclerosis and a few other things. I founded Head Trash Anonymous, and which is about getting rid of that anxiety, stress, all this noise up here. We need to throw that out and really tap into our consciousness, our spirit, which is our superhero. If we just learn to tap in, then things just magically shift, if you will. So I see a couple of people joining in here. So we're just going to talk about pain today, what pain is trying to tell us. So I wasn't really planning to talk about this today, but it just comes up, what do I want to talk about? And I just hear healing pain. So that's where we're going with today, is just healing pain. But typically when we're focused on healing pain, we give it our attention, and we give something our attention, it expands, it grows. So if you just focus on, like, my hand hurts, it's going to hurt even more. So it's about really learning to, like, oh, my hand doesn't feel quite right, and giving that space. That we don't want to give it all of our attention. We don't even want to talk about healing. That's the big secret with healing. You don't want to talk about healing because healing has all these stories that we simply don't want to attach to those stories. Those stories create a huge block. So we don't want to do that as well. We want to be at peace with the situation. And that is a challenge, you know, that is a challenge, not to focus on the pain, but to acknowledge that pain and to give it space. That's really the challenge of the day. So we're going to do a little process today that will talk about that stuff. And today will just be like a sample, if you will, like 10-15 minutes, but a lot can be done in 10-15 minutes. This is what I talk about in my videos, let's create a miracle right here, right now, and it can happen that quickly. It can happen that quickly if we can get this to subside, to quiet down, to mellow, to be at peace. That when we're feeling the sense of peace, then we're tuned in with our true self, our real self, if you will, not this false sense of self that we typically have. Because this false sense of self is the illusion, it's the story, and we want to let go of all these stories and really tap into who we truly are. And we are this built-in superhero within us. So I'm not sure if there's any chat or not, but because that's one thing about when I get into these healing spaces. I typically like to do it through Zoom because it seems to last a little bit better. Today, when I started this restream, it stopped after a few seconds. So I don't know if there's people chatting or not, and I'm not seeing it. Technology does not work well when I have an intention to go into this space. And it's really about letting go of this and going into my perfect spirit. So I go into that space and just let me see what's happening here. See if there's any chat. Let's take a look if there's any chat here. So I go into that space and just, well, that audio sounded weird. Chat here. So I go into that space and just, is my audio okay? So audio sounded weird. Oh, it's fine now. Okay. All right, I do see a comment, so I'm not seeing chat today, which is that's part of the adventure. I'm not seeing chat today. All right, so I'll have to come back here for Q&A later and see if I can see what the questions are, because the chat's not working. But that's normal when I get into this space, the technology simply does not work. I'm surprised the power is still on. Well, we'll see what happens when I go into the healing space. Last time I did that, it was really weird. I lost internet connection. The power was a little funky. It just happens. So if you're saying hello, I don't see it on Restream. I actually have to use my phone to really see messages. So welcome if you're watching, and just welcome to technology. So when we talk about healing, is if you're focused on healing, it expands. So you say this is pain, and you're like giving your attention. Pain becomes very, very sticky. So you want to see the pain, acknowledge it, and say, ah, I see you. Then start giving that space so it drops away, and it will drop away. But it's really about being peace. I don't know if you probably can't see my shirt, but I'm wearing the peace shirt today. For peace is the true energy of transformation. It's not coming from a place of the mind, like I'm going to heal myself, I'm going to force the situation, I'm going to do this, do that. Operating from the mind does not usually work out too well. And that's why a lot of healers talk about healing, but they can't quite get there, if you will, because there's something up here blocking it. Those recesses, those darkness in the mind. So it looks like we do have a good amount of people here today, and I'm sharing this in the Head Trash Anonymous Facebook group and the Head Trash Anonymous page. I felt called to share it to the page as well. So let me see. Let's see. I am seeing some chat messages, but so no Dow is watching. Who else is watching here? Let me see. I'm not going to spend much time in here because that's not where the healing happens. It's just nice to have that connection. I was hoping for that connection, but it doesn't necessarily work all the time. All right, so we have some people watching, and if this will be on replay too, and something interesting too, if you're live or a replay, the energy is still effective. I still set that intent for everyone to watch this, that there will be healing that will come. So the big thing for healing, and we're just going to relax, that there's no rules, no way to sit, hold your hands, breathe. We simply suggest closing your eyes. So if you go find a comfortable space right now, just a space where you can relax. Before I was going to do this, I was going to everyone type in a comment, a suggestion on how they're feeling, and we can add that to the circle. But I'm not seeing chat today, so we're unable to do that. So we're just going to now relax into this space, letting the eyes soften, being really comfortable, not judging, not condemning ourselves if we're doing this properly. And normally I play music as well. I'm not doing that, or it will get flagged potentially, and it will take down this video, and we do not want that. All right, now I'll go into my space. So the divine love within me connects to the divine love within you. We are connected. We are one. We are the one perfect spirit, the consciousness, the source, the universe. We are simply that. And we're just allowing the mind to grow quiet. The mind that creates separation, division, us versus them, or putting people on different platforms, pedestals. We need to let all that go, for we are the one perfect spirit, and we're all equal in this space. So just sitting here relaxing. Now above you may seem like some gold energy raining down, just coming to the top of the head, just pouring over the body, just removing these impurities, these things that are not serving us. We're just allowing them to wash away, to clear. So we're just sitting here becoming more at peace. For peace is our true nature. This is our true self. The true self is not impacted by our human experience. It's neither good nor bad, right or wrong. Spirit doesn't judge. Spirit is in a place of acceptance, of unconditional love. For Spirit knows you are doing your very best. given your understanding of the situation and the depths of your awareness. And we don't want to judge or condemn yourself if you get lost into the stories. That's part of the human condition. We simply want to tap into the true self, the spirit, the peace, the goodness of this moment. That each moment is perfect. It's unfolding in ways we cannot imagine nor explain. So you're just sitting here at peace. We're not even going to scan the body today. Just find that peace, that center within you. Now we simply ask Spirit to guide you to where the body needs attention. So we're just sitting here asking Spirit to guide us to where we need attention. Then you mentally go to this space. It could be your knee, it could be your foot, it could be your belly, it could even be a headache or neck pain. We just go to that area, mentally touching it with our mind, noticing what's going on in this area. Notice how the mind wants to judge that this feels off, this isn't right. We let all that go and we just focus on this area. We mentally touch it with our mind, sending it love, peace. Just acknowledging it that it's a little off. It needs a little love, a little attention. And we let go of all of these beliefs, stories, that healing needs to be complicated, difficult. And notice the mind can't tell the difference between reality and fantasy. So just allow your mind to go there where it makes no sense. So we notice the area that needs balance, needs attention. So say you have neck pain today, or a hurt knee, or belly, or headache. Just suddenly that area has a mouth. You can't explain it, but that area has a mouth. So now you see this area taking a deep inhale of this golden energy that's coming down from the sky, from the heavens. It's breathing in this golden energy. So take a deep breath in from that area that needs attention. And now we exhale. But when we exhale, it's this silver energy that contains some junk in it, if you will. The stuck energy just gets blown out, removed from the body. So just breathe in deep this golden energy that's coming from the sky, the heavens. We can call this grace. For grace is the energy of miracles. Then we just exhale. And we see all this junk come flying out of this mouth. Then we just breathe in again. And then we exhale. Breathe in this golden energy and exhale this silver. But as you're doing this practice, and if you watch it on replay, simply know that you can change the color of the inhale and exhale to that which feels correct to you. We have to acknowledge that we are the superhero, that we have this immense energy within us. And we really tap into this energy. There's nothing weaker in the universe. This is the ultimate energy of the universe. Spirit, consciousness, source, God, whatever you wish to call it. Not getting attached to these labels, to this identity. Just knowing ourselves as one with all that is. that this is the highest vibration, the highest energy. Everything else is a lower vibration, you could say, with illness, pain, sadness, depression, being among the lowest energy. So this doesn't stand a chance. If you can let go and really tap in to this energy, and you keep feeling yourself as peace, as joy, as we're now asking your spiritual team to join you in this process, to give you additional support. So everyone in this circle is surrounded by 2 to 3 members of their spiritual team, from past loved ones to angels to beings from other dimensions, because we are tapped into all that is. There is no time and space. Even though the speed of light does not exist here, for the speed of light is also a limitation. It just happens instantly. You can connect with all the corners of the universe instantly. There is no time and space. If you're listening from halfway around the world, from New York City, it does not matter. Healing can be instant if you're willing to surrender, to let go of the mind that is causing an imbalance, a lack of harmony. So today's about becoming your own alchemist. So now we go back to center, back to our heart, and we just acknowledge what needs attention, what needs balance. And we go back to this space. You'll be returning back to the other space as well. There's no rules, no restrictions, just love, just contentment, peace, joy. So we go back to that body part, and we see that it has lungs as well. So we breathe in that color that resonates with us, and we exhale that color that pulls all this stuff out. Realize color is simply a vibration and an energy signature. It may not be a color. It could be an herb. It could be a crystal. It could be a liquid. And you can breathe in all those qualities and exhale various qualities as well. So just typically bringing in energy and exhaling energy. For ultimately, you're an energetic being, consciousness, spirit, just inhabiting a form, the human body. But we need to be attention as well that it's the body, and we need to let go of possession, my body, my illness, my headache, my pain. It's simply the body, the pain, with no identification, because spirit is beyond identification. We are that which cannot be explained. There's no rules in this space, no limitations, just pure energy, the 0 point, which is quantum particles bouncing around that we can direct into various forms, various energy signatures, various vibrations. We simply want to get let go of the identification, the possessions, because we are beyond definition. We are simply guiding you back to who you truly are. Because most of us are in a state of forgetting who we are and completely identified with that which does not serve. You are beyond definition. You are spirit. You are light. You are consciousness. You are universe, source, energy, vibration. Let go of it all. Healing can happen right here, right now. The miracle happens right here, right now. There is no time, no space, no rules, no restrictions. You can have it all. You don't need to wait in line. You don't need to develop certain skills, certain abilities, for you are already born with all that. And yet you were never born and you will never die, for you are the energy of all that is. As we slowly come back into this body now, that we are here for the human experience, to realize I'm alive, everything is possible. The restrictions, the limitations only exist in the mind, the head trash, that mental junk drawer that we're throwing out today. So as we ease back into this moment, no rush, no hurry, I'm just going to pull a few cards here and see what the message is for the group. Then I'll pull up the phone and look at, see if there's any questions for today. But this little meditation today is very powerful. And a longer meditation is coming on the 21st. Oh, that's in 10 days, I see. Where we'll spend like 45 minutes in that space, maybe an hour, and really clear out all that which does not serve. So let's see what the message is for today. Okay. Let's take a look for the message for today from the Shaman's Oracle deck. Then we'll look at some questions if there are any. The skill card. Perfect. So maybe you felt like you didn't have the skills today, that the mind was interrupting too much, creating too much disturbance. But realize it is a skill, it is a practice. The more you tune into your perfect spirit, put on the brakes of the noise, it will go easier and easier, if you will. The next card was the initiation, is taking action, noticing how the mind doesn't want to give up control. And it's all about taking action from this deeper spot, that the mind likes to be dealing with the familiar, the comfortable. So we have to act from this deeper place, taking that leap of faith in ourselves. And it's just reminding us to reflect, the reflection card, just to notice and reflect the stories that are holding you back. You know, all those stories that you don't have the skills, you're not worthy, you're not deserving. Just reflect. Maybe it's also past memories, PTSD, that is being locked into place. We just need to act from this deeper spot and deeper place today. So let me see if let me pull up my phone here and see if there's any messages for today. And it's unfortunate my chat isn't working, but that's technology. It doesn't like the highest energy in the universe. It doesn't like it. Let's see what we have here if I can find it. Let's see in my live. I have to go in two spots to see if there's Hi Dowie, hi Cheryl. Unless you have any questions yet. Let me go over to this other group, my Head Trash Anonymous Facebook group, and see what's going on over there, because I really don't know. Hello, Patty. Hi, Paula. Hi, Betsy. Okay, glad my audio is good. There's no chat working for me. Now I'm seeing one chat message came up. After about 10, one showed up. So that's interesting. So that sounds like it's. I see that comment. Is that Rishi? Let's take a look here. So just doing my best here. Let's see. I'm just seeing if there's any questions. Yes, hi Rishi. So I'm just seeing if there's any questions. It looks like chat is now working. Um, so we'll see if there's any questions I can answer for anyone today. But I'll keep this up as well because I don't really know. Well, at least the internet didn't die on me today. Restream didn't die. The audio still seems to be working. Lights are on. So it's all good. So what I thought today was really interesting that I never know what's going to happen in this space, but the identification with my and making that your identity. That my is such a restrictive word. My this, my that, my that. It gets you to cling to things. And that's not helpful. We just want to let go and just open our hand and release. Ah, yes, I can see that, Dali. I can see your message there. Yes. So comments seem to be working now. They weren't working earlier. I can't really explain. It's just this energy. Okay, let me see if there's any questions here today, or it'll be a short day. But this meditation is very powerful, and in 10 days, I'm doing a practice again. This time it'll be on Zoom, where the energy is usually much better, and I'm going to be doing that for $10 this time because I really want to get more people involved, and maybe I'll do increase the frequency as well. Like this mind, it gets so possessive, so addictive. You just can't snap out of it, let it go. It is that daily practice of hitting the brakes on. You cannot really train the mind to feel pain. And we really we want to feel pain. There's lots of people in the world, there's some people in the world that have an illness, a disease, that cannot feel pain, and it's extremely dangerous for them. Touching a hot stove, something hot, and they get burned. So pain is the indicator that something needs attention. Maybe it's pulling your hand away, but it's just pain within the body. It's like, thank you for letting me know the body needs attention, needs some attention. Okay, this is an interesting observation. Yeah, so I've been in a strange energetic place overnight, and this morning feeling very floaty, surreal, tired, like my soul wants to be elsewhere, not here in this mundane, earthly activities. So I'm just allowing it. Yeah, because that's the thing that I just tell people. It's this spirit wants to be in this space, and we need to realize we're here for the human experience. And it's simply the mind saying, I don't want to be here. I want to be in peace. I want to be in love. I don't want to be on earth anymore, because earth is very, very difficult, very challenging. But we came to earth for a reason, to have this human experience, to bring back to the collective, if you will. So yes, that's why I really remind people that you're here for the human experience. So personally, I don't understand people that sit in meditation hours upon hours. A little bit of time in meditation is fine, but we're here to live life. And for some, maybe they are the frequency holders for the earth, where they sit in meditation all day. But for the majority of us, we're here to have the human experience. I meditate for about 20 minutes a day, roughly around 20 minutes, and that's enough. But every moment is a practice. Am I here? Am I here? Or am I up here? You can either be up in here or here. You can't be in two places. So if you're feeling like floaty, surreal, tired, it could be, it could be a rebalancing of the body as well. Since you're so living up here, when you get down to that space, it does feel a little surreal, a little floaty, a little unusual, because we're used to this, really aggressive energy in the mind. And this is such a gentle, peaceful energy. But that's all it is. Just allowing this moment to be as it is. Now, make sure I didn't miss any comments here, because I don't know. I simply don't know. Okay, that's fine there. Let me see what's going on over here. Um, yeah, actually, I didn't see that comment here. Yeah, it feels like a rebalancing. That's exactly what it is. And we got to find that, our soul has to find that balance. You can be really up in here, riding the waves of emotions, or you can be in the depths of the ocean. And when you start to learn to dive, it's an unusual feeling. That is true. Because the mind just wants to hold on to grip, and it means you're going deeper. So the mind's starting to lose its hold, which is a really good sign. So when you get in this place of rebalance, of finding your way, then that's when the magic starts to happen. Well, it really depends. Meditation is very personal. As Dewey's asking, what types of meditation. And there's some people that love guided meditations, but I want people not to do them forever, because guided meditations are a bit of a distraction for the mind. And we want to learn to let go of any kind of distractions to step into our own power. So the meditation I did to begin with is extremely difficult for most people, to sit in silence for 5 minutes a day, because the mind's always trying to pull you out of that silence. But I just simply learned, like, oh, there goes the story. Where am I here now? Where are my feet? Where are my hands? Where's my breath? And just pulling myself back and back and back. And when you can't pull back anymore, pull yourself back, then you get up and do something else. The mind's still a little strong. But eventually, when the mind doesn't pull and grab you, then it's a good meditation. So guided meditations are good to begin with, but eventually they need to be let go. So you can be in the silence, so you can just have full control of the mind. That we don't want to give the mind something to do. And that's what guided meditations do. They give the mind something to do. So eventually you just learn to be in silence and just notice the body. Oh, this needs attention, this needs attention. And you bring love, peace, breathing into that space and letting it be as it is, without the mind demanding it to be a certain way. Hmm. As we're just sitting here right now, continue to feel this peace. For the energy of transformation is peace. It's not by force, demanding from the mind. It's being at peace with the situation. The more you're at peace, there's a synchronicity, a balance that happens. When you just set your intention in that spot and just boom, it happens in ways you can't explain. Maybe not as quick as you like, but just keep getting the next step and the next step and the next step. And everything works out perfectly. Just making sure that I'm not missing anything here. I think chat is now working now. Okay. All right, that might be it for today. Let's see if there's any more questions or comments. Oh, nothing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not to talk about healing, which I do instead. Yeah, so it's really an interesting question. This is what I talk about. In the first chapter of the next book, 5 Minute Cure. I don't know when that's going to be finished, but the first chapter is, talks about, the first rule of healing is that we do not talk about healing. The second rule of healing is that we do not talk about healing. So in other words, the first rule is about that inner dialogue to yourself, that I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to heal myself. It gives the mind things to churn about, like, how do I heal myself? And then the second rule is that you don't want to talk about healing to the external world, because they're going to throw back all sorts of garbage at you, that you can't do that, that it's impossible, that it's lifelong. So when I was very sick, I wasn't focused on healing. It was never my intent to heal. I was focused on being at peace in this moment. So that's the practice, is to be at peace in this moment. And when you run into life, or people triggering you, or they making you upset, angry, or can you be at peace with that situation? Can you be at peace with yourself? Can you let go of all that judgment, all that criticism of self? That alone could be a lifelong practice for people, to stop judging and stop condemning yourself. Stop saying you're not good enough, you're not worthy. Even reading back your post and know where you have identification, that simple identification with the my word. You want to let that go too. It's about just noticing and observing. Are you at peace with the situation? Are you identified with yourself too much? How do I see this through the eyes of spirit? And that's really the practice, seeing through the eyes of spirit. So yeah, it's really having, I wouldn't even say it's about neutral, it's about having no opinion of your health. It just is. The body does what the body does. That's what I love to say. When the body feels off, I said the body likes to do what it likes to do. But I'm at peace with that. I'm at peace with that. Sometimes, yeah, the body acts up. Maybe I walk too far and the feet are tired, feet hurt, or the legs are tight from walking upon miles like I like to do. It's like, the body likes to do what the body likes to do. And then I'll just go sit in my meditation and just pretty much do the practice I did today. It was just, where does the body need attention? Let me balance the energy in that area. And just notice, not judging. Just noticing, it feels a little off. Not comparing it to another body part is another part of the practice. But the mind likes to make it really difficult. It loves complexity, but it's all so simple. And that's why I was just really I was really fortunate not to have that spiritual teacher to give me all these rules. And even when I go into all these spiritual groups today, looking around, seeing what they're doing, I see lots of rules, lots of restrictions, lots of this and that, but not listening to themselves, really their true self. Listen to a recipe, a blueprint from another person. This is how you do this. No, you do you. I'm only a guide. I'm really the guide for you to find your own way forward. This is what works for me. I don't know what's going to work for you. Try different things to experiment. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. This seems to be helping. This doesn't seem as effective. Being your own observer. So guided meditations may be your way for now, but eventually they need to be let go. We don't get the mind into this task. Let me follow along somebody else's recipe. Need to let that go. That's why I tell most people, I can guide you 90% of the way there. That last 10%, the last 10 feet is up to you to stand on your own. Sort of like a toddler learning to ride a bike. Eventually you need to let go and let them ride on their own. So that's all there is to it today. So I think I'm finished for today. Make sure there's no more chat, no more comments. And then I'll bid everyone a farewell, and I'll see everyone tomorrow night with soul messages. And we'll get some reading, some clarity. And I'll just pull one card for the group here that I'm just feeling called to. So what's the message for the group here? And let's see, to end with this card. Reminder, this is the key. Joy, happiness. Yes, I'm alive. Everything's possible. And yes, it is that simple. When you're in a joyful, happy spot, you're in sync with the universe. All right, I'm heading out. Take good care of yourself. Enjoy the day. Joy. Be in joy. Be light. Be free. And you will be free. All right, wishing you peace. Lots of love. Bye for now.